Vietnam, a very close and special partner. Hyosung Group, connecting the globe with Vietnam. Hyosung Group has been actively exploring opportunities to expand its business, following the participation of Chairman Hyun-joon in the economic delegation heads to Vietnam. Chairman Hyun-joon said, "With the continuous growth of the Vietnamese economy and companies, we expect opportunities in various business areas such as strategic infrastructure, IT infrastructure, and fintech." He also mentioned, based on the know-how accumulated in the manufacturing sector, we intend to contribute to establish digital and eco-friendly foundations for the sustainable development of Vietnam. Chairman Hyun-joon, who envisioned business expansion in environmentally friendly new sectors to contribute to Vietnam's future growth, has already considered Vietnam a crucial base for Hyosung's global challenge.
Chairman Hyun-joon has been leading global investments. In the 1990s, he recognized the growth potential of China and drove the establishment of local production and sales systems in China. Under his leadership, Hyosung's first overseas base, the Jiaxing plant in Zhejiang, China, was built. This place became a bridgehead where the myth of Hyosung's global #1 spandex began. In the mid-2000s, when many companies were still entering the Chinese market, Chairman Hyun-joon shifted his focus to Vietnam as a new overseas base. Although there were some voices of concern, he remained unwavering in his determination to invest in Vietnam. He frequently visited Vietnam and personally inspected the factory sites. He dedicated a significant amount of time and effort to understand the local conditions in Vietnam, and he concluded that Vietnam had sufficient potential as the key global production base. In 2007, the year Vietnam became the 150th World Trade Organization WTO member. Finally, the first Vietnamese corporation was established in the Non-Track Industrial Zone of southern Vietnam. It was the year when Vietnam, with its accelerated reformation and openness, and Hyosung, with its grand vision for a greater leap onto the global stage, started their ambitions in full swing. Vietnam is now a global complex manufacturing base for Hyosung, producing all its core products, including fibers, industrial materials, chemicals, and heavy industries. It plays a crucial role as the frontline base in capturing the global market for Hyosung, with overseas workplaces in 90 locations across 28 countries worldwide, including Europe, South America, and North America.
Located approximately 1 hour by car from Ho Chi Minh, Non-Track Industrial Zone in Dong Nai, this place was a barren land surrounded by rubber tree forests until the mid-2000s. Most of the residents were engaged in agriculture. The Hyosung factory was built here in 2007 with a scale of over 1.2 million square meters, equivalent to more than 90 soccer fields. It was built on a massive scale that surprised the Vietnamese government as well as other companies with a presence in the country. After establishing the first Vietnamese corporation, it recorded profits for 10 consecutive years starting the following year. In 2014, its sales revenue increased by 2,000% compared to the first year. The record set by Hyosung in Vietnam exceeded everyone's imagination. After establishing the first Vietnamese corporation, Chairman Hyun-joon continued his investment in Vietnam by founding the Dong Nai Corporation in 2015. It was a steady, stubborn investment for the future. Now the Non-Track Industrial Zone has transformed into Vietnam's largest industrial complex, bustling with motorcycles commuting to and from work. In 2018, Hyosung invested $1.4 billion in the Khai Mep Industrial Zone in southern Vietnam and constructed a polypropylene production plant, a raw material for plastics. Tire reinforcements and automotive airbag production plants were constructed in the Tam Tang Industrial Park in central Vietnam. In 2020, an ATM manufacturing plant was established in the Yen Phong Industrial Park in northern Vietnam. In 2022, an industrial motor production corporation was established in the Non-Track 5 Industrial Park. So far, a total of 6 production corporations have been established. Hyosung Group's advanced production facilities are comprehensively spread throughout Vietnam. As of 2022, the cumulative investment in Vietnam amounts to a total of $3.9 billion. Hyosung's investment scale ranks third among domestic companies entering Vietnam.
The Vietnam Corporation and Dong Nai Corporation stand out with the top production capabilities as a single factory among Hyosung's global manufacturing bases. Hyosung's spandex, which became the global market #1 within 10 years of its launch through independent technology development. Tire cord, an essential tire reinforcement material that started as a latecomer and became the world's #1, as well as yarns for automotive safety belts and airbags. And all of these, Hyosung's products that proudly maintain their #1 position in the global market, are produced locally in Vietnam. Hyosung is well known for establishing a consistent product supply system that matches the world's top brands, not only within Korea, but also in its overseas factories. From the beginning, Chairman Hyun-joon established a local, people-centric operating policy in Vietnam. Hyosung shared its business know-how, including production, quality management, and sales at each stage. Hyosung developed educational programs and actively supported the growth of Vietnamese employees into managerial positions. The number of employees hired by Hyosung in Vietnam started with 190 people in the first year and has now grown to over 9,000. Hyosung is considered one of the most popular workplaces in Vietnam. With the pride of producing top quality products, the salaries and benefits are also outstanding. It is natural for young talents in Vietnam to aspire to work at Hyosung. 2012, Plaque of Appreciation for Excellent Job Creation Enterprise in Dong Nai Province. 2015, Commendation for Excellent Enterprise of Social Responsibility Activities. 2021, Selection as the Excellent Enterprise for Social Contribution to Cultural Heritage. 2022 to 2023, consecutive 2-year commendation for Korea's sustainability leaders, etc.
Vietnam is the place for Hyosung's largest global production corporation, so Hyosung can also be considered a part of the local community in Vietnam. We will fulfill our social responsibilities by offering practical help to neighbors in need in Vietnam. Chairman Hyun-joon. The business policies of Chairman Hyun-joon, emphasizing corporate social responsibility, have significantly impacted the local communities in Vietnam. Because the company not only generates substantial employment opportunities, but also carries out active social contribution activities. An exemplary activity is the Overseas Medical Volunteer Group Smile Expedition by Hyosung. Since 2011, over 15,000 people have received free medical treatment in Ho Chi Minh City and Dong Nai Province. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Smile Expedition's activities have been temporarily suspended. However, there are plans to resume the activities soon. Donations for COVID-19 response, education, and support for the underprivileged, such as unmarried mothers, and sponsorship for children in low-income areas, ESG activities in Vietnam, have made the relationship between Hyosung and Vietnam closer.
16 years of expanding into Vietnam, Hyosung and Vietnam have become extremely important and special partners, cooperating and growing together. To Hyosung, Vietnam is a global frontline for the second lead, and to Vietnam, Hyosung is an unsung contributor who has helped boost the national economy. To young graduates from the top universities in Vietnam, Hyosung is the desirable global company to work for, and the Vietnamese citizens who love the Korean wave, Hyosung is a trustworthy brand that guides and leads them toward a lifestyle of the future. In the near future, The smart factory system will be implemented in all Hyosung factories located in Vietnam. This manufacturing innovation combines existing manufacturing processes with IT technologies like big data management, creating a global standard manufacturing environment that responds to the climate crisis. This will serve as a new foundation for sustainable development for Hyosung and Vietnam. Hyosung and Vietnam grow together. Hyosung's investment in Vietnam will continue in the future. This is exactly what a global win-win means.